Today's flap break, we are going to get in the zone.
Or zone out.
Depending on how you're feeling today. This flop break brought to you by Flow Circus. Co-founders Don Daria and Paul Miller have over 20 years of experience providing organizations with tools and trainings they need to promote well-being, strengthen teams, and practice strategies to thrive in the messiness of learning, growth, and change.
Welcome to this week's flop break. Today, as we said in the opening, we are going to play around with a little bit of getting in the zone and zoning out. Finding spaces of play that we can go to when we need to reset ourselves. It's been a heavy week, we'll be honest with you, and there's a lot going on in the world, and it's important to create space for personal well-being and mental health. So just to kind of show you what I do to sort of reset myself when I need to just sort of shake off the day-to-day and zero in on something, I like to do this two flop ball trick where I do backflips and front flips, and I do them at the same time, and I do them split, meaning one is a backflip and one is a front flip, and then I go back and forth. And this is for me, it's a challenging trick. It takes a little bit of work to get them nice and even and get into that smooth flow, but it really sort of takes focus. So it sort of draws me in and kind of creates a fresh space for me to just sort of neutralize my emotional self.
My version of it is two backflips. Just using two hands at the same time is enough of a challenge for me. So keeping two backflips going at the same time helps me to zero in. And so what this does for both of us is it takes all of, when you have a lot going on in your head, whether it's work related, whether it's, listening to the news, whether it's, worrying about health, whatever, is kind of weighing down on you, taking everything that's going on in your head and just getting out of your head and into your body, reconnecting with your body, focusing in on keeping these two things on your hands, and keep mastering that trick, get you out of your head and into your body and reconnected with your body. It's like, okay, wait, I have to have my hands even, my knees bent. I gotta lessen the, kind of relax in my hands in order to keep them on there. I find counting. I was trying to get 10 in a row before while I was practicing for the video, and keep counting actually helped me. Just like if any of you do meditation, counting your breath can keep you centered on your breathing. Counting these helped me stay focused. So that staying in your body can kind of help you to clear your mind. Paul and I, sometimes if we're about to sit down to a meeting and we've both been busy all day, we'll sometimes do passing patterns, and that helps us to kind of get centered into what we're about to meet about, as opposed to bringing all of our baggage of what we've just been doing into the meeting. So just thinking about how to just get present to and in our bodies, as opposed to all of what's going on in our heads.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, when we're working on a skill that's a little bit outside our comfort zone, sort of in our learning zone, our zone of proximal development, we have to really focus in, and it sort of clears our mind or doesn't give us the space to think about or worry about other things. But when we get to a point where we're pretty comfortable with it, for instance, this trick that we worked on last week or the week before, and when it comes real easy, then we can sort of settle into the feel of it, but it doesn't require a lot of mental work. And a lot of times what I find is when I'm kind of engaged in this kind of flow, sort of in the zone, I get to zone out and sort of allow my mind to process whatever it is that's sort of going on in my world or whatever else is in my mind.
And that's oftentimes when insights, connections, new creative ideas, or just, again, processing whatever stress or, new insights you need to have, it allows that processing to happen. And so the flat balls can serve two purposes. It can allow you to kind of get in touch with your body and get out of your head if you need to, but it also can serve as that, like, okay, here's a distraction with my body so that my mind can wander and allow me to have the new insights I need to have. So it serves as two purposes, two different kinds of zoning out or zoning. What was it? Get in the zone or zone out, depending on what you need. So
I guess we're zoning in or we're zoning out.
Exactly. So, I mean, and I do this on my walks. I go for walks. So a lot of times on my walks, there's some walks that I can go on a walk and notice every single new flower, new tree, and like be really in touch with the walk I'm on. And then there's other walks I go on and I didn't notice a single thing because I'm so in my head and, had all sorts of new ideas, but didn't notice a single thing around me. Yeah. So this can go for a lot of different activities. So
yes. So I guess this week, what we're going to challenge you to do is just find what it is that you can engage with, something that's physical, to take you out of your head and into your body, to ground yourself. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be holding something and just sort of feeling weight and sort of just appreciating the physical nature of, or the breath, right? Out of meditation. Mm-hmm. Focus on your breath.
But take care of yourself. Know what you need, and find the space that you need to take care of yourself this week, and every day, really.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Flop on.